Good afternoon. It is Friday, February 2nd, 2024. This is the work session with the Board of Supervisors and the Recorder's Office. I'm Supervisor Lisa Heddens here with Supervisor Linda Merkin and Supervisor Latifa Faisal, Director of External Operations, Sandra King, Director of Internal Operations, Alyssa Wignall, County Auditor, Lucy Martin, Assistant Auditor, Lisa Markley, and Communications Assistant, Bryce Garman. I'll turn it over to the Recorder's Office for introductions, and then just let you know, we'll start with the revenues first.
Great. Stacy Harridge, Story County.
You'll want to pull the mic up closer too. I mean, really close for.
Yeah. Stacy Harridge, Story County Recorder. And with me, I have.
Jim Cheek, Deputy Recorder.
Okay, well, we can start with revenues. Have you been going line by line? Or are we just kind of generalizing?
Yep, we have done that. And you might need to turn your mic so that it's sensitive and you need to.
Okay, talk right into it.
Yep. It sounds really loud to you, but it really helps on Zoom for the pickup.
Gotcha. Okay, so we are on page 162, correct?
Correct.
Interest on investments. Our 3-year average was about $102, but we have seen an uptick of our interest rate a little bit. Same with the records management interest rate. Overages, the Iowa code says we can keep up to $5 on a recorded document. So we don't have them a lot, but we do have some overages for a line item. Recording of instruments. So like I've said before in the past many years, recording goes exactly with the economy. So there are a lot of homes for sale, home sales, it's still happening, but a lot of refinances, releases of mortgages, there's not a lot. So that's the recording is really down. You'll see that in a few of these line items that really it just is dependent on the economy. So that's where we kind of landed. We did do, I think, Lisa, we've done 2 adjustments in the past this fiscal year. You know, just try and keep abreast of where that's going. Snowmobile fees, we have seen a little bit of an increase with snowmobiles and ORVs, recreational vehicles. And our boat fees, looking ahead in fiscal year 25, they will come due. All boats expire every 3 years in Iowa. So in 2025, you'll see, we'll see an increase. Hunting and fishing fees, we do just a little bit of those at $40. Transfer tax, so I probably talked about this before. When you purchase a home, the transfer tax is collected when that deed is recorded, and it's $1.60 per thousand based on the purchase price. So that is what we bring in. It's called transfer tax, and the county retains 17.25% of that. The rest of it goes to the state. You maybe know that the legislature is kind of talking about the Rural Housing Trust Fund. Part of that is this real estate transfer tax, raising that to a $7 million cap, raising that. So that's kind of where they meet together. Like I said, it's we get 17.25% of what we collect. So any questions about that? I'll keep on going. Copy fees. A little bit of an increase. We do provide a lot of copies, emails. We do have a statewide searchable land record management system, Iowa Land Records, that people can search for free, copy for free. So we like to put them towards that free resource first. But if they need a group of documents, or we have a couple of escrow and abstract companies that want images every month. So that's part of that copy fees. It's kind of lumped in there. ATVs, like I said, recreational vehicles, seen an uptick with that. Everyone seems to want to buy a 4-wheeler or a Ranger. I included. I will tell you that it's very fun. Maybe you've seen it out in the parking lot. DNR fees, these are our dealers that sell snowmobiles, ATVs. They have a renewal that they have to do every couple of years. We just get a small fee for that to provide those certificates. Change of title fees. This goes in kind of hand in hand with our recording of deeds. Every transfer has a change of title fee and auditor fee, we call it, $5 per parcel. So that's what that line item is. We work closely with the auditor's office to make sure that we collect the right amount of transfers on those documents. Vital records is our last on page 162. A little bit of an uptick. This would include birth, death, marriage certified copies and our marriage applications. And I will remind you that for this vital records, we worked, well, the statewide system is provided by the Iowa Department of Public Health and Human Services. We retain $4 of each certified copy and $4 for each marriage application that we provide. So that stays with us, and the rest of that fee goes to the state. Okay, next page. Any questions? No? Okay. Oh, we only have 2 left. Records management fee is every document we record. We put $1 into this records management fee. And you can see that our recording is down. We usually average, I'd say, I mean, you can see the last couple of years, over 1,000 documents per month. This current year, not so much. So right now we're at probably
Around 600. I think.
600 documents. So we're down quite a bit. And the last one is passport fees. We're happy to provide that service. It's not required, but we do like to provide that service to be a passport agent and to take passport photos. So, okay, moving on to expenses.
What is the turnaround time on passports right now? Because I know that was like, yeah.
It's, if you expedite for an additional $60, it's 2 to 3 weeks, and otherwise it's 6 to 8.
Okay, do we do salaries or do we skip down to
Skip down to where office supplies.
office supplies?
Mhm.
Okay. I did increase this just a little bit, based on everything's going up. I mean, we've seen such an increase in everything. I went to get my pop refilled at Casey's and they raised it 10 cents in 2 days. I'm like, what is going on? But it is what it is. So, postage and mailing, we will have an increase with all of those boat renewals that we'll do next spring in 2025. So that is reflected there. And also we send out our passport applications, expedited ones as well. We have to send those, what are they? Not overnight, but a trackable priority.
2 to
Oh,
3 days.
priorities.
Yeah. Education, communication services, just a little bit of an increase. And then education and training, I do have that at 3,500. I would like to raise that by 1,000. This is why I was scheduled this year to go to a national conference, a Property Records Industry Association conference. And I got to where I needed to pay for my hotel, my flight, and the registration fee, and I had not enough money in my budget. So the fees have really increased. And I actually talked to Latifa a little bit a couple of days ago, or I emailed her about attending NACO. I would really like to do that. You know, I've been with the county for 27 years and a recorder as, you know, I'm in my 9th year. I would very much like to do that, not every year, but so I would like to increase by 1,000 to 4,500. I did look through the other budgets for other elected officials, and I think that's fair. I'm not saying that I'm going to use it, but I would like to have that opportunity if it arises. So I would like to raise that a little bit. Equipment, rent and maintenance, just following along with what we pay for every year. Let me look at my cheat sheet here. Sorry. The only thing that I would like to raise from the $650 is the OSDI. The gentleman that took over that company, his rate is a little bit higher. I think came in at like $695. So I'd like to raise that to 700, that's 650 to 700. And I just got that bill like within the past two or 3 weeks, so. Dues and membership. I did include, one line item for Main Street Nevada, for an annual membership. Just I think it's important to be involved in the community where we have our workspaces. The rest is standard. The Iowa County Recorders Association has raised their fee $50 for this coming fiscal year as well. And then records management, the 49,370, that is in my records management fund balance. I think currently I have $71,000 in that fund. And then we're always working on back scanning, trying to upload documents to that public free service to Iowa Land Records. So I would welcome any questions that you might have.
So you say the cot back scanning, it says phase 5. So
That it should be the end.
that's the, okay.
Should be the end.
You have $72,494.
Thank you, Lisa, very much. And that is that dollar per document that goes into that fund. That's how it's created as revenue, but it kind of stinks because it shows it as an expense, but we still have a holding stock tank of the records management. So questions? Any other questions?
It's no. So most of the increase in your operating budget is the back scanning, correct?
Correct, that
Right.
49,000,
Which is a separate funding source.
Got it.
if that makes sense. And I will leave you with some closing thoughts. So the Recorders Association is really working hard. We're in the early stages of working on a fee modernization project push for next fiscal year and also for next legislative session in 2025. Recording fees have not changed since 1985. Think about where you were in 1985. Bryce, you were not even born, I'm sure. So that's something to think about, with inflation and how, the legislature right now wants counties to find ways to support our counties, be sustainable. And this is a way that with this fee modernization that we can do a statewide fraud alert system all the same way, notifying customers if something's been recorded in their name so they can get an email and an alert system. We're working on lots of different projects. And I would, if you have any questions that you may have, just let me know, come down and visit anytime. And I just would ask that you be supportive if you talk to legislators that this is something that all of the recorders, we've been talking to our stakeholders, bringing them to the table. They all want things with the different systems we use, and that costs money to program and that type of thing. So I look forward to that.
That's something that the Recorders Association is looking to sponsor or having a legislator sponsor next year.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So
You'll have to just keep us up to date on that.
I will for sure. So, but we aren't raising fees just because. It's more, if you think of it more of like a user fee instead of tax dollar paid service. I don't know how to put it differently, but that's something, you buy a home and you get a mortgage, then you pay a recording fee, and that's really, right.
Fee for service.
Fee for service. Yeah, that's a good way to say that. So any other questions?
I do not at this time.
Good deal. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Any comments, Jim?
The
right.
type here.
Thank you.